I first came to Cambodia about 10 years ago for a film, and we were the first film back since the war, so we didn't know quite what it was going to be like or what the people were going to be like, and it was the first time I became aware of landmines. And I remember standing in a waterfall during one of our shots, and they said, just stay on this side of the waterfall, because that side of the waterfall is still, hasn't been demined. From America, I thought, what does that mean? It hasn't been demined. It's just the craziest. It doesn't cross our mind that there are all these children and people walking around areas that have landmines in the grounds, and that's just a part of their daily life. And many times you come to the poorest countries, like a country like this, and you find that families really spend time together. They work together, they hold on to whatever little they have, and it binds them, and they appreciate, and so they spend their time, and one of their big things is to just go up on an elephant and watch the sunset. So sometimes the simple pleasures of life and not having very much tends to keep a family together in a way that I think we can learn from, that I certainly have learned from. Appreciate something very simple.
Con long vật tì miền bên nơi nơi cỏ trôi trông on đẹp là tay miền tây cho lòng màu cỏ nhạt để cô cái cứ nó mình đôi tay cô riêng chi lư cầm bự ô bắt đã vô với lòng bình lại on đẹp là tay miền tây cho lòng cỏ nhạt để cô cái cứ nó mình
I'm always very excited when I'm on my way to some place that I've never seen. They always joke with me at the house anytime I get frustrated or I get upset about something or I feel like I've lost focus, I get my maps out. I've been given many a globe and a map over the Christmases and birthdays. But my dream has always been to cross the Sahara. Cambodia, I think, is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. I fell in love with it at first, and the people, and then I came back a few years later with the UN. I was playing bricks with a little boy on the floor. We were playing with these blocks, and it dawned on me that my family was here, and and I had never really, I'd thought about adoption, but I hadn't really It hadn't all made sense. It hadn't come together. I wasn't ready to be a mom. I didn't know anything. But I saw this little boy, and I thought, I don't know, I don't believe in fate or destiny or things like that, but something suddenly felt right. And then I came back a third time and met my son. Yeah, I try to experience, as much as I can and kind of adapt, so we can blend and have a full experience. So you try to not hold on to those things that are your comforts of home, and you try to let them go and be of the new country. The biggest thing, actually, to be honest, here in Cambodia is my boys love to eat crickets. It's their favorite thing. And they eat them like... when I first gave it to them, I thought I wanted them to understand culturally. I wanted them not to be, turned off by something that was of their culture. So I bought it, and I said, "What's all?" And they ate them like Doritos, and they wouldn't stop. And they brought to-go boxes home, and I had to actually ban the cricket eating at a certain point because I was afraid they were going to get sick from too many. So as soon as we landed, we had a friend bring us 2 to-go boxes full of crickets, and we all sat in the car eating them. But they're good. They are like a potato chip. We've had the beetle. They call it a cockroach. I think it's more like a beetle. I have yet to have the tarantulas on a stick or spider soup here. It does seem like an odd thing to eat. No, it does. I don't know if I can get around the fur, but you got to try everything. It was a really, really big education for me in how much I didn't learn in school, because they'd touched on the Vietnam War, and they'd touched on maybe a little bit about Cambodia, but they really didn't, in the school I went to, get into depth about really what happened and really how much these people suffered and really how horrific it was. And the point is, they've been through all of that, and they live in extreme poverty. And they are some of the most sweet-natured people you'll ever meet in your life. And you can't imagine how they can be so at peace and so kind and so open with what they've gone through. And you think, how is that? You know, can you imagine the things we complain about? There's a very, very dark, heavy side to this country, but there's also a great deal of beauty and an extraordinary amount of good people doing great work and helping each other. And it is extremely important to focus on all that they do have that's beautiful and all that they have accomplished and all that they've come through, considering their past.